Hey everybody, so what I'm looking at right now is George R.R. Martin's Not a Blog, which is ironically titled because it is basically just his blog. And he has given us a little bit of an update for Winds of Winter, and it's pretty exciting. And I know that this is something that a lot of people are very pessimistic about because for those of you who don't know, George R. R. Martin he is writing a series called The Song of Ice and Fire, and he has released 5 entries of the 7 planned entries. The last entry, I Dance with Dragons, came out in 2011. That is 9 years ago, and people have been waiting for Winds of Winter for a very, very long time. It is the 6th entry, and several expected release dates have come and gone, and so a lot of really diehard fans who have been waiting for this the whole 9 years, they're pretty disillusioned and they don't really expect much. A lot of people don't think that he's ever going to finish it. I am not one of those people. I do think that George R. R. Martin will finish the series. I really do. And it's news like this that gives me hope. So he has 2 mentions of Winds of Winter in this Not a Blog, and I'll read them to you guys. So he starts off with no big news here, but it has been a week or so since my last blog post, so I thought I would say hi. I'm still up in the mountains doing the social distancing rag and writing Winds of Winter. I have good days and bad days, but I am making progress. So that right there, is really awesome just because in previous blog posts, George R. R. Martin has said that he is writing for Winds of Winter every single day, and he is basically in isolation because he is a little bit on the older side, and so he has basically isolated himself in New Zealand. He has like people who work for him doing everything for him, so he's just isolated in his little home in New Zealand, and he's getting a lot of writing done. He's writing every single day, and like he said, he does have some good days, he has bad days, and like that is a little unfortunate just because he it seemed a little bit more optimistic in his previous posts, just talking about how he's writing every day. But I think that is because the last time that the very first time that he announced that he was like locked in isolation, he said that he is like basically writing every day. This is really good. He's writing every day, and like for him to say, "Oh, I'm having good days and bad days," that just shows that he is being consistent because you're not gonna have a good day every day, and so like he's not just having good days, he's having bad days because he is writing every single day. And so I think that that's pretty encouraging. He makes another mention of Winds of Winter right here. So he says, so this is talking about basically the potential drought of film and entertainment. So, but while nothing is being filmed right now, development is continuing apace. Since writers can still write at home, the only thing I am writing myself is The Winds of Winter, as I've said many times. But with my producer's hat on, I am still involved in a number of exciting new shows for HBO and a few film projects as well. And so, what he's referencing with the new shows, obviously, I believe that he is creatively involved with House of the Dragon, which is the new HBO show that will be coming out, which is basically a prequel to Game of Thrones. It kind of shows the Targaryens, like while they were still in power, and it's based off the Fire and Blood book that George R. R. Martin released a couple years ago. And so that is really exciting. That is something to get very excited about. I'm sure is going to be Game of Thrones quality, especially if George R. R. Martin is involved with it. So that is like really, really exciting. But he is another mention about how he is spending a ton of time writing Winds of Winter. That is like really good. And like I know people say like, oh, he's been writing this for 9 years, he's never gonna finish, but we also gotta remember he's been writing it for 9 years. There's a good chance that he has a lot of it done already and he is like fine tuning it. I mean, this is a really, really complex story with a lot of moving parts, and he's getting towards the end, like the 6th entry, then you only got one more after that, the 7th entry. There's a lot of story to kind of come pack together in like a single book or 2 books basically. And so that's a big task, and it does take a while, and I really don't like people who try to rush him because like I would much rather have Winds of Winter 5 years from now, than like where it's at its best, than like Winds of Winter right now and it's like not very good. Like obviously like you want it to come out as soon as possible, but like not if it is at a detriment to the quality, because like the like if he just did the whole series in like 5 years, like it would not be the quality that we love. We wouldn't be talking about it. And so like I do think that while yeah, it's taken him a while, I think that the payoff will be worth it. And this is something I'm really excited whenever he updates his Not a Blog, because recently it's always gives a little tidbit about Winds of Winter. And so for those of you guys who just type in Not a Blog George R. R. Martin, and it's really easy to find, and you can read all of his past entries. Something really cool, especially if you're a major Game of Thrones fan like I am. So something pretty exciting. Hopefully we get some more concrete updates in the near future, but something I wanted to share with you guys.